So I'm finally back in the F-15, which I've had for a while, but I've spent virtually no time in it. And I thought I'd get all the controls set up, and there are a lot of them. And I didn't really want to tie up uh, a four-position hat or even my three-position for my air-to-air, air-to-ground, and nav mode. So what I've done is I've set one button on my vertical joystick to cycle through all three. You can't really do that in the game. Let me show you why. Whoops. Okay, so you can see that there's no cycle command here. You choose one, the other, or the other. And so you would need a three-position switch for these. And I don't want to tie it up for that. So here's what I've done. On my joystick, I've set one button. I first mapped the controls that I wanted. And I set one button on my joystick to cycle through them. You can see there's air-to-air, air-to-ground, and nav. And it just cycles through them like that. And I'm using Joystick Gremlin to do this. I could use voice attack, but it gets a lot more complicated. Joystick Gremlin is very easy to do this. However, if you're using, you can use multiple Joystick Gremlin profiles. I don't, but I do use multiple voice attack profiles. So there can be a conflict there, but in this case there's not. And eventually I'll probably map this to something else. But I thought, well, I'll make a video since I didn't really remember how to do this, and I had to figure it out again because it's been a while. So let me pull up my Joystick Gremlin configuration here. I'll show you. So the first thing you have to do is figure out which button on the device is showing up here in Joystick Gremlin. And this is my stick, and it's button 6, and I use setup USB controllers, and I pressed the button, and it told me it was button 6. So then what did I do? Well, I went over here, and I said chain, and I added it. And in fact, you know what? Let's just do that. So we've got button 6 here, and I'm going to set this to chain. I'm going to add it. And it's going to be a map to a keyboard, and I'm going to add, and I'm going to record the keys, and it's right control, right shift, and A for air to air. And now I'm going to add another action, and so I do that here. That's action 1, and it will chain. A chain will cycle through these, and so now it's going to be right control, right shift, G for ground mode, air to ground mode. And now I'm going to do another one, and we're going to record it. That's going to be right control, right shift, N for nav mode. Okay, then I like to do a save. I turn it on and off just to be sure that we've got it. And then we can go back in and test it. And again, we'll just press and cycle through that. The first time, chances are you're going to be in nav mode. And so it's going to switch to air-to-air. However, you saw that because the way I loaded it was in air-to-air, and I pressed it, and the first one was air-to-air, so it didn't change. That's really not going to be an issue normally. Let's just confirm that. We'll just choose a slot. Let's just choose the other aircraft, which doesn't have the same armor, by the way. And we'll look down here. Yeah, well, actually we did start in air-to-air mode. So it's going to, first time you press it, it's going to stay in air-to-air mode. Not going to switch to air-to-ground mode. Not really an issue, just press it till you get what you want. And you do get feedback on your HUD, and you can tell which is which. You'll notice that air-to-air, I'm going to get the circle, and I don't have my my lines here at the bottom for determining my bank, angle of bank. And I don't have that when I'm in air-to-ground mode either. And then in nav mode I do. So you can learn to distinguish them from your HUD. Or you can just look down there. And also,
There is a way to set how long of a delay it takes, and you'll notice that if I push it too fast, it might not register. See, I pushed it, and it actually pushed air to ground, but it didn't hold it long enough for the game to register. So the next time I push it, it's going to go to nav. And so there you go. Well, just get used to pressing them and hold them. And there you have it.